All right, everybody, welcome to episode 3. Yeah, episode 3 of the Spicy Dumpling. My name is Aman. Your other co-host is...
What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Matthew Gong. More importantly, I don't like the term other co-host. I would like to say I'm definitely the founder of this.
The founder? Okay. All right. And today...
you guys might have...
Today we are joined by a special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Oh, okay. What's up, guys? My name is Pranav. I'm friends with the two co-hosts, right?
Yes,
can't leave
sir.
Out Matthew.
Yes,
can't
sir.
Leave out Matthew.
All right. So I guess to start our little podcast for today, we can go through it individually. First, how Aman and Pranav met, how me and Pranav met. We have a good little group story for everyone. But go ahead, Aman. Go ahead.
Pranav and
Do you
I
want to talk about when we first heard about each other, or when we actually first met?
Okay, so we first heard about each other through Pranav's brother, Prathamesh.
Yep.
Prathamesh was the 2018 speech state champion. I was fortunate enough to meet him at one of my small tournaments, or one of the...
Oh, small tournament.
Small tournament.
It was Sylvania. It was one of the biggest tournaments.
A large tournament in Ohio.
Honestly, wait, Sylvania is literally the second biggest tournament behind...
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, so I met Pranav's brother at a very large tournament in Ohio. It's a very renowned tournament, I'd say. And it was an interesting story. And I'll save that for another day. So basically I roasted Pranav's brother, and he ended up giving me his speech that won the state championship.
The speech.
Yeah. And Pranav actually broke his leg in that tournament.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so basically, that's the first I heard about Pranav, but when we were formally introduced as, rivals, I'd say it was, within the last year?
Yeah.
When speech season started, we both found out that we had the same exact speech.
I found out through my brother, before Perry, right? So, it was a week before Perry, and I still needed to find a speech. And I was like, bro, I know what your speech is about, so might as well just hit me up with the speech, So just let me off the hook here. He gave it to me, but he was like, just be careful. I gave the speech to another person. I was like, shit.
So for a lot of the people that don't understand what's going on, so basically all three of us actually do speech and debate. Pranav and I did a category called declamation this year, which is basically take another person's speech, memorize it, and give it off as your own. So giving it your own.
It's just plagiarism. It's plagiarism.
It's literally plagiarism. But yeah, so Pranav, do you want to tell everyone what speech we did?
Yeah, so there's this one clip from Hassan Minhaj, Homecoming King, where it gets really emotional and he talks about his experience in 9/11, right? And that 10-minute segment is one of the most powerful, essentially, speeches that have ever been given to anywhere because of just the impact it leaves with someone and the amount of things going on and uncertainty in our how much it relates to our actual world. So it works wonders.
It's a very, very powerful speech.
Very powerful.
So Pranav heard about me or another person with a speech early on. So Perry tournament, which is a speech tournament.
Right.
I heard about...
It's one of the third largest Perry tournaments.
Yeah, it's a huge tournament in Ohio. That's another huge one. I actually heard about Pranav not through his brother, but I was looking through the placements in other districts. I was kind of curious who's doing good in declamation.
Okay, yes, if you guys can't tell, that's the type of a person Aman is. He has no social life. My guy is looking at his speech and debate results. But
I gotta analyze the opponents, right?
Yeah.
And
definitely.
I get to it was I don't remember what tournament it was, but I get to one tournament and I was I think it was in Canton. the Canton area tournaments. And the first person I see on Declamation, I didn't even pay attention to the first name. I saw the second name, it was Chati. I was like, oh my.
Yeah, it's a reincarnation, bro.
I was like, oh no. Another
Like,
Chati has entered the ring. I was like, this is not good. So, like, that's when my suspicions are like, this kid definitely has the same speech I do. Like, he's doing hella good in the other tournaments.
Dude, I mean, if you checked 4 weeks after that, you would have definitely known for sure, because I won 4 dubs right after that.
I know.
It's just like tournament.
And then I think actually I had someone come up to me from Centerville High School, and they got second to you. So they came up to me, like, it was like within the round, right?
Oh,
we were facing each other. That girl went first. She ended up getting third in the state this year. But
Chandani.
Yeah, Chandani.
Yeah.
She comes up, so I do my speech, and, like, I can just see shock on her face, but it was, like, amusement, too. And then she comes up to me afterwards, and she's like, yo, Chati's brother has the same exact speech as me.
Dude, she said the same thing at, like, Princeton. She just, like, came up, she was like, I heard there's someone with another speech just like yours.
So obviously, that was the beginning of a beautiful rivalry.
Right.
That's how Chati and I, or Pranav and I, met, basically.
Yeah.
And Matthew...
It wasn't until...
What?
It wasn't until January, though, that we, like, actually met.
Yeah, so we met each other
real
at...
life.
What? It was probably the second or third biggest tournament in Ohio. This one was also a very big tournament.
Worcester, Ohio.
Yeah, this was in Worcester, Ohio.
That was actually, like, my first L. Like, I was coming after, like, you know...
That was...
Wait, what did you get at Worcester, Chati?
I got third.
And I got fourth.
Dude, we were placing, like, you know, first, at, like,
and
every
then we
single
hit each other, and the second we hit each other, we both dropped.
Exactly. We both hit each other in final round, back to back. Like, literally, I went, then he went. And then it was so awkward.
It was the funniest thing ever. Like,
fact. Like, all of the the funniest thing was how, like, when we're sitting next to each other, we're like, yo, good luck and stuff. And people are like, oh, they're probably friends. And then as soon as Amon started speaking, everyone just, like, looked at me. They're like, wait a minute.
I remember there was, it was in the prelim round, not the final round. I think it was the fourth one. I think there were 4 prelim rounds. Pranav and I hit each other. Like, this was the first time we actually hit each other. So this was the first time. This was the first time I actually, like, saw Pranav in action. And I was like, man, I'm kind of curious, like, to see how this guy does. I think, so there's just one girl at the table that we're sitting at. It was a really small room. And
it was like one of those, like, janitor closets.
Yeah,
it was. That's how
it literally had one round table, like, for, like, King Arthur and, like, his little knights.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
And, like, I go up, I'm, like, staring at this girl. Like, I'm just looking at this girl, because we had to look around, obviously, right? And I see her just turn back, like, her whole body to look at Pranav, and was like, what? Like, she was so confused. It was the funniest thing on earth. But I think that's because we also told her that we were brothers, like, right before.
We literally told everyone that we were, like, siblings, and everyone's like, oh, interesting.
They're like, I actually believe that. Like, they're both Indian, so it works. That's fine. Just leave it at that. Yeah, but that is, oh my god, that's basically how Pranav and I, like, first
met.
Properly introduced to each other, yeah.
My experience with Pranav is not nearly as interesting, so it kind of sucks for me coming up. Like, what am I supposed to say? I guess I don't actually remember. I think it was 8th grade, actually. Was it the tennis team?
It was probably, like, Harper's or something that we actually, like...
I didn't go to Harper.
Never mind.
No,
then it was probably tennis team.
Yeah, it was the middle school tennis team.
7th grade, I'd broken my arm.
Yeah, I just remember. I was like, wow, this guy's really skinny, dog. And then I didn't really get close to Chati until, honestly, like, I'd say this year.
CSP? And mock trial. Like, I joined mock trial, and then he just started kind of helping out.
Yeah, but like I said, Chati and, like, when you're at the top at Mason, there's just like a small select group of people that know each other. And so Chati and I are both, well, he's at the top of his grade. I would say I'm relatively close to the top as well.
I'm relatively to the top. Not.
Okay. Yeah, okay, we're both relatively to the top.
Yeah.
No, Tati's pretty smart. Actually, both of them, both Matthew and Chati are really smart. Good workers. So I think I could believe they're both at the top right now.
Me too, man. Yale Global Scholar.
Bro, the program got canceled, bro.
Oh my god.
I was like, so bad.
That's hey, you can at least say you got accepted though.
That was no value.
No, that's cloud. That's cloud.
Yo, they don't even have to know. Like, no one has to know that you actually went. They just I got accepted.
You boys, is the Coke Scholars, is that still available to you guys?
That's coming up. That opens up later.
You both need to apply to that. Both of you apply.
Dude, there's that one Mason girl that won, and like
Megan Sway. Yeah. Hey, Chati, apply to that. Write it down.
Yeah. I know Coke's like Coke Scholars. I have like 2-3 friends that are gonna help me. They're like semifinalists too. So like
Coke Scholars are legit. Yeah. Chati, you know Brian Yan from St. X?
I think so. He plays tennis.
Yeah, he was a finalist and he got flown down to Atlanta. But so did Megan. Yeah, like you two should both apply. I didn't apply because I didn't know about it until later. But you two both need to apply.
Hey, Pranav, is your brother home or did he stay at WashU?
I think we know the answer here. Dude, he literally just got his own apartment and just like yeeted there.
So Pranav put it on his story, but his dad basically told him to stay at the university and not come home.
Yo, it was some crazy shit. Yo, funny thing. So my brother has been he apparently finagled his ass into like a hackathon team, right, with like some Stanford and Berkeley people.
How? He doesn't do code.
I know. He just he barely just got in, right? I don't know how, but he got in, and then they went to this hackathon called Hack Now by Cal Hacks, right? But supported by UC Berkeley. And then I realized then that I was a mentor at that hack, and he was a competitor. And I was just like, if you got any questions, hit me up.
Oh, how the tables have turned. Oh my god, that's great. That's
Dude,
great.
It was literally so funny. He was so dead inside. He was like, I can't. I'm so triggered.
Oh, that's great, dude.
That is
A-okay right there.
A1, dude. A1.
Okay.
I mean, my stories with Chati aren't that interesting, so we can skip.
All right, so I think this would be a great segment to go into something that we all have in common, which is speech and mock trial. So Chati, when I faced you, you had a really, really interesting way of presenting your speech. You were more theatrical, very, very motion.
Performance.
Very performance, right. So how do you do that?
So it mainly stems from my sophomore year, right? Yeah, so my sophomore year I was in duo interpretation, right, and in HI. So
can you explain what that is?
Yeah, okay. So essentially think of it as you're taking mini segments from a play, just the very important aspects to tell the story in 10 minutes or less. And essentially in duo interpretation and in humorous interpretation, you're just telling a story, which is completely separate from when you're trying to teach a lesson in declamation. It was in those plays where you have to be really expressive and you have to kind of move your hands a ton, move your legs a ton, show a lot of body motion to get your point across. I remember I think the people who won states and stuff, they were doing backflips and stuff. So it gets really crazy when you're high up there. And I think I took that when I moved to declamation. I kind of wanted to take parts of that and put it in myself.
Yeah,
so I kind of felt comfortable doing that.
And it worked really well throughout the season.
Chati and I were going to do... duo together this year, bro. And that just didn't happen, unfortunately.
Oh my god, that would have been...
By the way, duo interpretation was the event that I actually broke my leg in.
Yeah.
Like, I was playing, me and my partner were doing Aladdin, and I was Aladdin, obviously, and it was in that, like, final scene versus Jafar, and, like, to portray that, my partner would kick me, right? Like, not actually, like, you're not allowed to touch or, like, look at each other and do an interpretation, but, like, she, like, made the action like she kicked me, and I, like, fell back. But while I was falling back, there was a slip up in the air.
And
I was just like...
Okay, so what actually happened? Like, no one really knows what actually happened inside that room.
Yeah.
All we know is that you broke your leg. So, like, basically what happened after, like, you kind of slipped into the air, broke your leg, like, how did people in the room react?
Okay, so first of all, I fell in the air, I hit my leg kind of hard. I didn't think much of it at the time, right? We're 8 minutes and 30 seconds, and usually, like, speech and debate, like, speeches are supposed to be, like, around 9 minutes, 30 seconds,
right, so that's a golden amount of time to, like...
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
so, like, we're hitting up, but we're about to hit our 9 minutes, right? We're about to, like, end it. And I was like, what the heck happened? I was like, that was pretty brutal, right? I just honestly just get back up and continue the last parts of my speech, but mainly putting, like, emphasis on my left leg, and then, like, trying to lift my right leg up a little bit. And, like, in the room, right, when I fell, everyone just felt for a moment, they're like, oh, he's dead. Like, he's a goner, get him out of here. Like, everyone thought I died, right? But I got up. I literally got up. I finished, like, the parts of my speech. I didn't move too much because, like, thankfully in that segment, I didn't have to move any much. And then I just honestly walked back, like, limped back to my seat. And then, like, I was, like, sweating a little bit at this point, right? And then I just crashed into my chair, and I was like, finally, right? I was just like, it's the state that I'm in is not hurting. Then my partner starts to notice something while the second, like, speaker is going up, right? And she sees that I'm, like, sweating a shit ton, right? And I'm like, she sees me, like, grasping, like, my leg, like, hella tightly. And I was like, I try to move it slowly. She's just like, and then she writes on my folder that, like, that we have, right? She's like, do you want me to go, like, get a doctor or something? I was like,
who's your partner?
Some girl named Juhi Rai.
Bro, some girl, what the? Man.
She just said yes or no, and I just, like, pointed to yes, like, a bunch of times. Yeah, then I was wheeled out of there. You know?
Oh,
that's so like a baller.
Wait, did you guys place in that tournament?
No, we got dead last. It was like the third round that we got disqualified. Couldn't continue, dude. I was just, like, chilling in the hospital bed.
That's tough.
They had, like, a special announcement that night too. They're like,
oh yeah,
we'd like to, like, have everyone come up and sign this letter. I was like,
yeah, dude,
sucks to be that kid.
It was honestly kind of lit. I got to watch SpongeBob the entire time.
See, I didn't imagine I'd be talking to the kid who broke his leg.
Exactly.
a year later.
I'm practically famous with all duo kids. Like, when I'm like walking around, they'll be like, "Wait a minute, aren't you that one kid who broke his leg?" And I'm like, "Yep."
Exactly. That's funny. No, like, a lot of I don't know if they do it for you, but a lot of kids in my district know me as the Hassan kid.
So, oh yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah, so like,
going to, like, Worcester and stuff, a lot of people knew you, and, like, no one knew me. And I was
really?
Like, yeah, there was like, hey, it's like your speech.
I was gonna say, we only compete in GMB, and
that's true.
We always go to a lot of GMBs before anything else. So
yeah.
I've only competed in Toledo though, so I don't know how people knew about me beforehand. Then
everyone would be like, I remember at Perry, everyone was talking about me, but then when I went to Worcester, everyone was talking about you. They were like, "Hey, have you heard about the Hassan kid?" And I would be like, "Yeah, that's me." They'd be like, "No, I think his name is Aman or something." I was like, "Oh, what?" It's like, hold on a minute.
Sorry, did you win? You won Canfield, right?
I think so.
Or did they cancel that? I don't remember. I think, did we go to Canfield this year?
No, I don't actually think. I only went to, like, 5 tournaments maximum.
discussion.
Probably should have.
That was me. I went to 1 this year. I still went to state, dude. Like,
yo, join Congress, everyone. You can just auto-call to states.
Congress, dude, auto-call.
I think you get like what 9 to 12 members. No, is it? It's 4. Isn't it 4 for? Yeah. Not
4 people.
9 to 12 for like nat calls, I think. Well,
no, that's a perfect transition into our state discussion.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, we were talking about Worcester. So Worcester is just that big tournament, but states is that's the hot dog tournament. That's the big one.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I said hot dog, but like whatever. But
it's the juiciest. It's like where
there you go. It's the juiciest one. So
it's literally where everyone pulls up like that you've never seen before.
Yeah, so this is literally where like the underdogs start coming in.
Yeah.
Like this is where it's like hero versus underdog. Like you don't know who's gonna show up.
Like you thought people at the start were shit, and then like they became godly.
Exactly. Yeah, so like
you got to see a lot of good people who were like insane.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so we can start with Matthew first, because...
I got scammed so hard this year, dude. Oh, my gosh. I got scammed this year. I mean, this year is pretty disappointing. I'm going off a pretty deep run last year. I broke the semis, and I was looking to break the finals this year. They unfortunately did not go my way this year, and so I didn't break past qualies, which is pretty disappointing, honestly. I was pretty disappointed in that. I went pretty deep last year, which I was pretty happy about, but right. I was really looking forward to like breaking the finals and hopefully placing this year. But obviously it didn't go my way. There's some other things that happened. I got to meet a ton of people. There's this one girl I met. Okay, yeah, so that's another story. Oh man. Okay. I'll tell this story.
I want to hear this story.
Not a lot of people.
Is that the Princeton person?
Oh no, that's also another interesting story.
Okay, so let's do the 2 stories back to back.
Okay, so I was in a chamber with someone. So Congress is a little different than declamation. There's like 20 people in each like round, and so I was in my round. I was competing. Right, we get out, and I'm like, okay, it's the next day, and I had already learned that I didn't break, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna chill today, right? So I'm just chilling. Me and my friend Siddharth, he actually ended up breaking, which was weird because I was not. No disrespect, but
that's a subtle roast right there, man. There's some shade right in there.
If Siddharth's watching this, you better watch your back.
Siddharth. So after he finished his round, we're just chilling. I think that he had like a tennis ball or something. We were just throwing around the hallways waiting for the day to end. Because honestly, states always end super late. Like we got back this year at like 3, like that. We got back super late. So we were just chilling, right? And I told Siddharth to go get my charger from my backpack, and I was just walking back, and there was this girl who. Her and her friend were sitting against the wall, and she was in my prelim chamber, and I was like, oh shoot, I know her. She was pretty good actually. She was one of the people who did deserve to make it to break. Like she was pretty good. I respected her, so I was like, I went up to congratulate her. I was like, oh my gosh, like, hey, like you did so good. Like, how was your rounds? And we talked a little bit, and then her friend out of nowhere just blurts out, hey, can I touch your face? And I was like.
What?
I was like, excuse me? Like, what? I was like, wait, I'm sorry. I was shocked.
Can I touch... That's what you hurt you with. Can I touch your face?
Yeah.
Yo, that's wild.
I was like, yeah, sure, like, go ahead.
You agree?
I was like, no, what am I supposed to do, right? Touch my face. And she's like, wow, your face is really soft. I'm like, thanks?
Dude,
like,
that could have been such a good segue.
I'm like, what is going on right now, right? And so we continued talking. She's half Pakistani, half white, and the other girl was half black, half Japanese. So this was like, and I'm like straight Chinese. So like, this is a really diverse group of people. And so I was wearing a Dragon Ball Z t-shirt. Almost, like, literally everyone knows what Dragon Ball Z is, right? And the girl's like, so is that like Naruto or something? And I'm like, oh my god.
Time to dip.
We're done here. Conversation ended.
I was like, and thank God Chidorth comes by, and he's like, he's like, oh, I found your charger. I was like, hey guys, it's been real, but I need to get the frick out of here. You two are like, touch my face like that. Give me
I'm not into this type of stuff.
Man, that quarantine move really hit before quarantine was implemented. Damn. Oh, they are suffering.
I'll quickly go through the second story because we are running low on time. But so there was this girl who Chati and I saw her, and she had like a Princeton shirt on. We were like, wow, she's like cute and smart. Like, dang, right?
Yep.
And we just kept seeing her everywhere, right? And we were like, what is going on? Like, what's going on, right? And we come back in the gym, and lo and behold, we see our co-captain, Mr. Tony Liu, chatting it up with this girl, and we were like,
yo, dude, we literally.
I was like, Tony's got a girl. Like, what's going on? And so, Chadi and I were like, we gotta clown this man. Like, we gotta clown him. We go up and we report for duty. We're like, Captain Lou, reporting for duty.
We're like, and as he like gets up, we're like bodyguarding his ass like, all the way back.
Yeah, we're like, make way. It's Captain Lou. Make way. That was another good time. Yeah, talk about our speech squad, and then we'll end it there.
Okay, so, oh man, this was hard. So, I think we all kind of like familiarize ourselves with each other after I met Jaden, who's a fourth member. So, these are the other two members, Matthew and Pranav, and there's another member, Jaden. I met Jaden in the fourth round, prelim, and, you know, at first... Alright, I'll be honest with you. At first, I didn't really vibe with him too much. He seemed really serious and, like, into it. Like, you know, into the competition. But I think it was, like, afterwards that, like, we all kind of clicked. I don't remember, like, when we all, like, properly met. I know I met Matthew with Pranav. So those two were together. I don't know when Jaden came in, though.
I met Jaden first round.
But, like, earlier, though. Amon and I met earlier. We met through mock.
We did a scrimmage for mock trial like a month before, so, and when we did, I thought like I thought Matthew was like gay at first, so like,
that's wild.
It was because his partner, his attorney, was like, Matthew said you're cute, so I was like, I don't know what to say in this context.
We're putting Megan on this podcast.
Definitely, you guys should.
But so I didn't know how Matthew rolled at first. I was like, thank you, but like that was like as far as we got in that. But yeah, I met Matthew. He's such a cool guy when I met him at States, and like we kind of just vibed after it. And now we
yeah, for sure.
Now we're doing podcasts together. So
for sure, yeah.
Right.
Okay, I guess we can cap it off with a good.
We didn't even like explain how Jaden got into the group. Jaden just kind of found his way to it.
I genuinely don't know. Like he just kind of like
how did Jaden get? I mean,
snaked in like or something.
Okay, no, wait. So we told the story, the ketchup story last week. But tell the Colombian girlfriend story. That was
my. Yo.
Pranav, go ahead, explain the story.
Dude, I don't even know. Like, okay, so
I got it. So this was after the ketchup story. If you guys don't remember that, here's a quick summary. Amon was standing next to Toddy. He said, "Hey, my friend thinks you're cute." The girl looks up, looks at Toddy, and leaves. Right? that's like a Sparkle version, right?
The short version.
Yeah. And so Jaden, like this 30 minutes after, we found Jaden, we all met up, we were just talking, vibing, right? And we were like, you know what? Chadi was like, nah, I'm good, like, I don't need one. So we were like, Jaden, let's get Jaden a girl, bro. Like, Jaden's a pretty good looking dude. I think he's...
Yeah, he is.
He's like, shorter than Chadi, but he's taller than me and Amon. He's like a good looking
dude. He's pretty buff, too. Like,
he's buff.
Fit guy, yeah.
And so we were like, oh, Jaden will pull for sure. And so we're like, hey, Jaden, like, who's caught your eye? And he shuts us down. He's like, nah, I got a girlfriend. I was like, oh.
We're like, oh man, come on.
Oh
like,
yeah, no,
like,
that's how we met. I think Jaden found his way to the condiment area where like we were putting up stuff, and we're like, yo, Jaden, can you help us with something? I think that's how he got incorporated in.
Yeah.
I think that's how he slid in, and he's like, nah.
And so, yeah, and he's like, nah, I can't. I was like, no, what's gonna, like, why you have a girlfriend? And you're like, oh, what? I was like, we were like, oh, we could definitely find someone better here. He hits us with, nah, she's Colombian, and we just
we all just scattered. We're like,
we all went wild.
Oh.
And then he like pulled up his Instagram, and we're like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay, so the Zoom call just ended, but that's basically the end of the story. That's how the four guys at Speech met: Jaden, Pranav, and Matthew. So to end it all off, this was more of a rant podcast and like speech and debate mock trial podcast in general, but it was really fun to record. So on that note, stay safe, everyone. Much love to your families. See you all next time. Spicy Dumpling, episode 3. Peace.